Hello everybody, it's me Samkio and Torrent from WoopaGaming, and today we'll be showing you the popular Heroes plugin for Bucket. Now, Dan, would you like to go over a bit about what the plugin does?
I shall indeed. So, Heroes is a dynamic, flexible, and highly configurable class, skill, and experience system. Now, Heroes itself is the hub of your player's RPG experience, boasting classes, multi-tiered, and fully fleshed out. Along with the classes, Heroes offers your player a new style of PvP through the well-developed skill system and weapon and armor restrictions. No longer will your mages have the ability to use diamond swords, your rogues will no longer be able to sneak around in their heavy diamond tunics, or diamond chestplates, and most importantly, you can now hurl fireballs and stun your targets, which I think is pretty cool. The best part of Heroes, it's entirely your choice, and you can customize it however you like. If you don't want a certain skill, you can just remove that from the skill folder, and it'll be fine. I do believe the development team are working towards making every single part of the plugin configurable.
Right, so now we know what it is, let's go over the commands. So the first command is /hero or heroes, just do hero because it's shorter. And this will just show you a little bit about the help of it, and we can do the next page by doing hero help and then page 2. You'll see the next page. So the first thing we want to do is do hero paths. Now what Heroes does, it's based on like a class system. And you have two types of classes, primary classes and secondary classes. Primary classes have the PRI, as you can see here in front of the class name, and secondary classes or professions have prof in red in front of the name. So we've changed the configuration slightly from default to make the mage a profession as opposed to a primary class. So we're going to want to choose a class to start with. So what we're going to do is do hero, choose, and then the path, and let's choose rogue. And then it will ask you to confirm. So do hero confirm, and there we are, welcome to the path of rogue. So now we have some skills to use. So if we do hero skills, this will show us all the skills we can use. So at the moment I can use backstab, port and sneak, and as I level up I can get more skills. So here we have rogue 1, that means rogue level 1, which I am at the moment, and I can use these 3 skills, but when I level up to level 5, and I'll show you how to level up soon, we can use these skills mark, recall, and then I can keep going and level up loads. So if I do level, you can see what level I am, and you can also see how much XP and what class you are. So there you can see I am the rogue class, a level 1 out of 50, I have no XP. So let's get some XP. So each class has its own way of getting XP. By default I think the citizens have like every way of getting.
Yes, you can do most minor skills like woodcutting, excavation, digging blocks, and killing animals. That's probably the most common way for a citizen gaining XP.
Yeah, so if I do, right, let's see what we can get XP by doing. Do we get XP by doing digging? No, we don't. I think
If you come over and use a little mob machine I made, remember?
Alright, let's get
You'll be able to hit the zombies and get some experience from that.
So yeah, we get experience, I believe, when we kill a zombie or any mob. The harder the mob, the more experience we'll gain. So there we go, I've gained 15 XP, so if I do level, I've got 15 XP and I'm 36% of the way to level 2. So if we spawn a few more. So one thing to notice, I am using a wooden sword at the moment. I'll show you why in a second. If we do hero tools, each class can only use a certain amount of tools. So the rogue class I'm in at the moment can use all the tools in the swords, so iron, wood, stone, diamond and gold. They can use wood and stone only spade. They can use up to iron pickaxe and up to wood, stone, axe and hoe. So I can actually use a diamond sword as opposed to a wooden sword. And this will kill them quickly, of course. And there we are, I've leveled up, I'm now level 2 rogue. So if I do level, I level 2, it tells me what experience I've got and how far I am from the next one. So if we do HP, which just shows the HP, mana shows the mana, and we're going to actually use a skill. So if we do skills again, we do skill and then the skill name. So let's have. Oh, let's see. You just spam the whole chat.
Sorry, I'm changing my profession.
So if we do skill sneak, it says you are now sneaking. So I guess this allows us to.
Ah, are you holding down shift or are you just constantly
no,
sneaking?
I'm just constantly sneaking.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm constantly sneaking. I believe that doesn't use mana. No, that one doesn't use mana. So I can use that skill sneak to toggle it, and I can also do it with buying things to tools. So for instance, the bone is a nice one to do just because it doesn't really have much effect. So what I do is just type bind and then the skill name. So bind sneak. So now whenever I right click with the bone, it will use that skill, and I can right click the air or a block and it will toggle sneaking. Right, so I can unbind things by doing /bind. If it has any binds, skill binds to it, then it will remove it. And also, if you have any skills that require cooldown, like so you can't just keep spamming it, do /cd and it'll show any cooldowns for any skills. At the moment I have no skills that require cooldown, so none there. So lastly, I think that's it. We can also just do hero, who, and then the player name to see other people's things. So there's our Torrent is a cleric, level 1. Another thing is we do hero profession, and then what was it, mage? And that will choose a secondary class. So this will allow us to have greater skills. So if I do skills now, we've gained more skills now. For instance, I have the ice bolt now, so that's magic 1. So whenever I kill stuff, I gain XP in both rogue and mage. So if I use it, if I bind ice bolts, bind ice bolts. So now the bone's been bound to ice bolt. So when I right click, so where's the victim?
Oh, I'm over here.
When I right click, it will slow the target
sorry.
down and do some damage. And you'll notice that it will, I believe it should use mana. And there we go, there's a cooldown there. As you can see, I can't just keep spamming right click, I have to wait time to do it. And there we go. So that's that's generally how to use the stuff. Just the last one I guess is hero leaderboard. And it just shows you the current leaderboard of who's winning and how much people XP got. So Dan's got 0 and I've got 60. Okay, so over to Dan, who's going to be talking over the admin commands.
Now, there aren't as many admin commands as there are general commands. There will be a link in the description to where all the commands will be listed, but we're just going to paraphrase them so you don't have to listen to us ramble. The admin commands go something like this. You do /hero, admin, class, and then the player, so for example, Torrent, then the class, so you're going to be switching something. So if I switch myself to a warrior, and it says you've successfully changed Torrent hero class to warrior, welcome to Path of the Warrior, depending if you change yourself or myself.
So let's just do that to you. Let's change you back to cleric.
Oh, there we go.
Cleric now.
Right, so the next command is /hero, admin, prof, so PROF, and then the player, so for example, Torrents, and then the profession. So this is going to change your profession, so I can put myself as a mage, and I have been added to the Path of the Mage as my profession.
So that's your secondary class.
Indeed. You can also grant players experience by typing /hero, admin, exp, the player, so I'll do Samkio, the class, you're a rogue, aren't you?
Rogue, yeah.
And then the amount, so I'm going to give you 10.
Maybe 2,000, no, I didn't even type it in properly. So when I do level, as you can see there, I've now gained a lot more XP in the rogue class, and I've leveled up.
Indeed. So the next command is /hero, admin, level, the player, so I'll put Torrent, the class, I'm a cleric, and the amount. So this will change a player's level, so I can set myself to level 50. Torrent has become a master cleric, so I'm level 50.
So level 50 is the max level, I believe, cleric.
Indeed.
So when you mastered it, you can do other stuff, and if there's tiers of classes which you can do, so you have to level up in certain classes to the max before you can go on to do other skills and classes.
So if I just boost Samkio up to like level 25, you should note down at the bottom the experience bar, which is used by normal Minecraft, is now hooked in by heroes, and it changes that accordingly when you gain experience.
So there I go. I'm level 25 and it shows 25 down the bottom. So one thing to note, when you kill mobs and stuff, they won't drop out XP orbs and whatnot anymore.
Indeed. So next command is just a useful one, is hero, admin heal, and then the player, so if I just heal Samkio, goes, you restored Samkio to full health.
The gods have miraculously healed you.
You have /hero, admin, HP, the player, so Samkio, and you can set the health of your target. So I'll set him to 10 health. That should half his health.
Yeah, well, more or less.
You now have some general commands you can use, which are hero, admin, reload, which reloads all of the configuration files which heroes uses. You have hero, admin, save all. And finally, you have /hero, debug, dump, which debugs the files.
Right, so now that's the admin command, let's go over the party commands. So the heroes plugin actually has some party bits. So we're going to first create a party by doing party invite and then the player name. So Torrent, and it'll be your party's been created, Torrent has been invited to your party. So if you'd like to join, by doing party accept and then the player name, so my name. So now we're in a party, so we do party who, and then that'll show people who are in the same party as you. So what we can do now is we can talk in the party by doing P and then a message, so like hello. So there we go, I'm now talking in party chat. So we can, so there's PvP, so whenever I hit Torrent, because he's in my party, I can't deal PvP damage to him. I can stop that by doing party mode and PvP. So now I can melee him. I can also do party mode EXP. Party mode EXP. So now EXP sharing is disabled. Let's just enable it. So party mode EXP. And that what this will allow you to do, so what this will allow you to do is to whenever someone gains experience, so right, just kill a zombie here. There we go. So I've gained 9.92 XP as opposed to 15 because some of it's been shared with Torrent here. So depending on how many people are in your party and whatnot, you'll get different XP and stuff. So yeah, that's that. We can also do one thing I forgot. One thing to note: if I do hero tools, we were wondering what these numbers did after each item. They actually are the strength of it. So for instance, the warrior, I believe, might have a 10 next to the diamond. So the diamond sword does more damage than it does when the rogue uses it. And we also have hero armor, which is a similar, which shows you what armor you can wear. And that's pretty much the last of the commands and the party commands. And that sums up today's tutorial. So I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been me, Samkio and Torrent from WoopaGaming, signing out.
See you later, guys.
Hello everybody, it's me Sam here for WoopaGaming, and we're just going to go over the installation and configuration for the Heroes plugin. So the link will of course be in the description. Here you can find all the extra information about the Heroes plugin. We want to go ahead and download it, and then download. You'll get a .zip file. We open that up. We can see you have a Heroes directory and a Heroes.jar. Obviously read the license and stuff, and just nice and simple drag and drop into your plugin directory. So one thing to note, the required dependency is Vault, and the optional dependencies are scroll-in menu sign and spout plugin. So let's start the server up, and we should hopefully see Here we are, Heroes version 1.4 or whatever version you're running is enabled. So that's great, it all works fine. So now let's just go over the configuration. So let's go to plugins, Heroes, and let's start with the config.yml. This is the overall config for the plugin. Here's where you can define how the XP curve, so this is how fast people level. If you increase this, then they'll get more experience more quickly, so say that's 2. Max XP, this is the how much experience someone can have, the maximum amount. Max level, of course, is the highest level someone can go to before they can change from a parent to a child or master the skill. And this is the XP loss on death, so if they die, this is how much they'll lose. And then you've got all the other ones for PvP XP loss as well, and whatnot. So also you can have, as this uses Vault, you can have like a economy system to go with it. If you want to use the economy system, set this here to true. And what you can do is, these numbers are by default 0, you can actually change these to something else. So this is how much it will cost to change a class. So if I want to swap class, say I'm a maid and I want to go to warrior, I can charge people to do that. And also, just one last thing, you can also disable certain worlds just by inputting their name here. I've disabled, for instance, heroes in the world Nether. So there you go. So let's look at damages.yml. Here is where you can configure the health and damage for all the mobs. So here we have all the mobs in the game, and you can also define what health they have. So we have the chicken here, has HP of 4, and as we choose which one, they have different health values. So we have the slime 16, and we can modify this to how we want. We can also modify how much damage it deals as well. So here we can see that the I believe the creeper does the most damage at 49, and the wolf does the, well actually spider or snowman there does the least damage. But you can modify these to suit your server. If you want slimes, for instance, to be stronger, then you can increase that number there. Okay, and then you've got all the environmental damage as well, which you can modify at will. Now let's look at debug the log. This just shows you a log of the file. Nothing really interesting. If you have any problems, then hopefully the errors will get printed there. Experience.yml. This is where you can configure how much experience is given when people do stuff. So fishing, they get 5 experience. I remember in game we killed a zombie and we gained 15 XP. This is where you can configure it here, and you can configure all the XP gains for each of the things. So dirt and sand and diamond, and we also do crafting as well and stuff like that. Lastly, skills.yml. Actually, just go over this. There is a skills directory. This is where you can put in all your skill.jars. So you can add them in. There's official skills, and I also believe there's some public skills as well. Some information is on the thread, and I'll also provide a link in the description. So each of them will have their own configuration. So here we have the herbalism skill, and then this is the string that happens on applying and unapplying it. So whenever you use it and whatnot, and also the chance. So each skill will have its own modification, so you can globally change it to how you want. Okay, so you also have a players.directory, and this will just have all the save files for all the players' information, like level and their classes and stuff. It will have it in like A, B, C, D directories as well. I've got no players on, so I think they are, but don't really have to worry about that. Pretty self-explanatory. Lastly, let's go over classes. Let's just have a look at one of them. Let's take a look at mage. So this is where we will have all the classes for your server. So we had a mage class as we did in game. And let's just go over this. So first of all, we have the name, so this is what you want to call it. We'll also have the default, whether or not it's default or not. The citizen by default is the default one, but if we want, for instance, people to become mages as soon as they join, then you can set that to true. Parent, strong and weak, you can modify this so that when they master the mage skill, they can either go to the next class up, for instance. Primary and secondary, you can define whether or not it's a profession or a primary skill by setting this to true or false. And also you got description information there, so people, when they want to see information about it, they get a nice little information there. You can also define what armor they're allowed, so by default only leather, and also define what weapons they're allowed as well, so they can use wood, all the stone, pickaxe, axe, spade and hoe, and an iron pickaxe. We also have the permitted skills. This is what skills the class can use. So again, we have, for instance, we use ice spell in game, so we have the skill ice spell plus all the information we need required for it. So we've got the level, the damage it deals, the cooldown time, the slow duration, and how much mana it costs. Of course, you can modify these to how you want. Also, we have the killing experience sources. So the mages only get experience by killing, PvP and questing. There's also crafting, mining, logging, farming, and external. So if you want them all to have it, you just put all the sources there. And lastly, we just have the general things like XP modifier. If you want to go faster XP, you can actually modify that there. How much health they have, the max health per level, the base max mana, and then how much mana they gain by leveling up, and how fast their mana regens as well. The mage, for instance, you might want a higher mana because they use more mana dependent skills as well. And then that's that. So lastly, the XP loss. This just is an alternative to the loss multiplier. They'll lose experience equal to the current level of required experience times this value. So it's just a small value. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It's been me, Samkio and WoopaGaming, signing out.